In this video, we will discuss the common issue of phone addiction and how to control it effectively. We will explore 5 practical steps that can help you regain control over your phone usage and prioritize your family and personal life by setting boundaries, creating phone-free zones, practicing mindful awareness, finding alternative activities, and utilizing productivity tools. You can break free from the grip of phone addiction. So, stay strong and committed, and watch till the end to learn valuable strategies for managing and controlling your phone usage. One of the steps to control phone addiction is to set usage boundaries. By establishing specific time limits for phone usage each day, you can ensure that you are not constantly glued to your device and neglecting other important aspects of your life. Let's imagine the example of Mark, a 30-year-old family man who is struggling with phone addiction. Mark finds himself constantly checking his phone throughout the day, even during family meals and quality time with his wife and children. He realizes that this behavior is negatively impacting his relationships and overall well-being. To tackle his phone addiction, Mark decides to set specific usage boundaries. He determines that he will only use his phone for non-work related purposes for a maximum of 2 hours per day. This includes activities such as social media browsing, gaming, or streaming videos. To enforce this boundary, Mark sets up an app timer on his phone that alerts him when he has reached his daily usage limit. This serves as a reminder for him to consciously reduce his screen time and focus on other aspects of his life. For example, during family meals, Mark places his phone in a separate room or uses a designated phone holder where it is out of sight and out of mind. This allows him to fully engage in conversations and enjoy the moment without the distraction of his phone. Additionally, Mark designates certain hours of the day as phone-free zones. For instance, he decides that the hour before bedtime will be dedicated to winding down and connecting with his wife. During this time, he puts his phone on silent mode and keeps it away from the bedroom to avoid the temptation of checking notifications or mindlessly scrolling through social media feeds. By setting these usage boundaries, Mark not only reduces his phone addiction but also creates a healthier balance between his digital life and his relationships. He becomes more present and engaged in his interactions with his family, strengthening their bond and improving the overall quality of their time together. It's important to note that setting usage boundaries may require some discipline and conscious effort initially. However, with persistence and the understanding of the positive impact it can have on one's life, it becomes easier to adhere to these boundaries and regain control over phone usage. Step 2. Create phone-free zones. Creating phone-free zones is an essential step in controlling phone addiction. It involves designating specific areas or situations where phone use is strictly prohibited. By doing so, you can establish a healthy boundary between your phone and important aspects of your life, such as family time, meals, or relaxation. Let's consider an example to better understand this concept. Imagine you're having a family dinner at home. It's a precious time to connect and bond with your loved ones. However, if everyone is constantly glued to their phones, it can hinder meaningful conversations and prevent genuine interaction. To create a phone-free zone during dinner, you can establish a rule that all family members must keep their phones away or turn them off during mealtime. You can place a designated phone basket on the table where everyone can safely keep their devices. By doing so, you create a distraction-free environment that encourages conversation, fosters deeper connections, and allows everyone to be fully present in the moment. This example illustrates how implementing phone-free zones can positively impact family dynamics. It ensures that everyone is engaged and actively participating in important family moments, rather than being preoccupied with their phone. By setting boundaries like this, you create an atmosphere that promotes quality time, enhances communication, and strengthens relationships. Phone-free zones can also be established in other settings, such as during meetings or study sessions. For instance, if you're studying for an exam or working on a project with colleagues, you can designate a specific area or time frame where phones are not allowed. This helps eliminate distractions and allows for focused attention and increased productivity. Remember, the key to creating phone-free zones is consistency and commitment. It may require some adjustment initially, but with time, it becomes a habit that benefits you and those around you. By consciously setting aside specific times and places where phones are off limits, you regain control over your phone usage and prioritize the moments that truly matter. Step number 3 from our list is practice mindful awareness. It is crucial to develop the habit of being aware of our phone usage and to understand whether we are using our phones out of necessity or simply out of habit. Let me explain this concept with an example that many of us can relate to. Imagine you're sitting down to have dinner with your family. You have all gathered together ready to enjoy a meal and share quality time. However, as soon as the food arrives, you instinctively reach for your phone and start scrolling through social media, checking emails, or engaging in other mindless activities. You are physically present with your family, but mentally, you are elsewhere. In this scenario, practicing mindful awareness would involve recognizing that you are reaching for your phone out of habit rather than necessity. By being aware of this behavior, you can consciously choose to put your phone aside and fully engage with your family. By doing so, you are giving them your undivided attention, showing them that they are a priority and fostering a deeper connection. Another example could be when you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through your phone before going to bed. You may have intended to spend just a few minutes checking social media, but suddenly an hour has passed, and you realize you've wasted valuable sleep time. By practicing mindful awareness, you become conscious of this behavior and recognize that it is negatively impacting your sleep routine. To combat this, you can set a specific time to stop using your phone before bed, such as an hour prior to sleep. By being aware of the negative consequences of excessive phone usage, you can make a conscious decision to prioritize your sleep and establish a healthier bedtime routine. In both of these examples, practicing mindful awareness involves being present in the moment, recognizing our habits and behaviors, and consciously choosing to make a change for the better. It allows us to break free from the automatic response of reaching for our phones and helps us regain control over our actions and priorities. Step number 4. Find alternative activities. Phone addiction often stems from a lack of engaging alternatives that can provide fulfillment and enjoyment. When we rely too heavily on our phones for entertainment or distraction, we miss out on the richness of real-life experiences. Finding alternative activities can help break the cycle of phone addiction and bring more balance to our lives. For example, let's imagine you are a 30-year-old family man named John. John has noticed that he spends excessive amounts of time on his phone scrolling through social media or playing games, which takes away from quality time spent with his wife and children. He realizes that he needs to find alternative activities to reconnect with his family and create more meaningful experiences. One alternative activity John can try is spending quality time with his family outdoors. He decides to plan a weekend hiking trip with his wife and kids. They research nearby hiking trails, pack some snacks and water, and head out on an adventure together. During the hike, they engage in conversation, observe nature, and enjoy the fresh air. They also take pictures, but instead of immediately sharing them on social media, they decide to create a scrapbook as a family project. This way, they can relive the memories together and bond over the shared experience. Another alternative activity for John could be pursuing a hobby. He has always been interested in photography, so he decides to invest in a camera and learn the art of capturing moments. He starts taking photography classes, joins local photography groups, and begins exploring his surroundings with a fresh perspective. Not only does this hobby provide him with a constructive and fulfilling outlet, but it also allows him to capture precious family moments and create lasting memories. Additionally, John realizes that physical activity can serve as a great alternative to phone usage. He starts going for regular runs or bike rides, not only for his physical health, but also as a way to clear his mind and disconnect from his phone. Instead of using his phone to track his progress, he invests in a fitness tracker or uses a dedicated running app that minimizes distractions and allows him to focus on his workout. By actively seeking out alternative activities like spending time outdoors, pursuing hobbies, and engaging in physical exercise, John can gradually reduce his dependence on his phone. These alternative activities provide him with genuine connections, personal growth, and a sense of fulfillment that cannot be achieved through excessive phone usage. Step number 5 from our list is to utilize productivity tools to control phone addiction. Let me explain this with an example to make it easy to understand and relatable. Imagine you're a busy 30-year-old family man trying to balance work, family time, and personal interests. However, you find yourself constantly glued to your phone, mindlessly scrolling through social media or getting lost in endless notifications. This phone addiction is not only affecting your productivity, but also taking away valuable time that could be spent with your loved ones. To tackle this issue, you decide to explore productivity tools that can help you manage and limit your phone usage. One such tool is the app timer feature that many smartphones offer. With this feature, you can set specific time limits for various apps on your phone. Let's say you allocate only 30 minutes per day for social media apps like Facebook or Instagram. By setting this app timer, you are now aware of the limited time you have for these apps. It serves as a reminder to use them purposefully and avoid mindless scrolling. When the allocated time is up, the app will either lock or remind you that you have reached your limit for the day. This prompts you to put down your phone and engage in other activities that are more important or fulfilling, such as spending quality time with your family, pursuing a hobby, or reading a book. Here's another example of a productivity tool, the focus mode feature. This feature allows you to temporarily disable distracting apps and notifications during specific periods, helping you stay focused on important tasks or quality time with your family. Let's say you activate focus mode during your designated work hours. This way, you won't be tempted to constantly check your phone for non-essential notifications or get sidetracked by social media updates. Instead, you can concentrate on your work, boost your productivity, and achieve a better work-life balance. These productivity tools not only help you control your phone addiction, but also provide a sense of empowerment and control over your time. By utilizing them effectively, you can prioritize what truly matters and make the most out of your life. So remember to explore the various productivity tools and features offered by your phone's operating system. Experiment with different settings and find what works best for you. With the right tools and your determination, you can regain control over your phone usage and create a healthier balance between technology and real-life experiences.